Quinn, welcome to my vlog. So today we're going to be making another lanyard keychain. This time we're going to be making a spiral Lego brick, which is the rotated version of the last one we made. So instead of it being 2x1 rectangular, it's going to have 2 colors long, 1 color wide, and then rotate. And this, after you know how to rotate, you can also very easily do like a zigzag pattern as well. In terms of what you need to make this keychain, you need 3 different colors of plastic lace, and those could be spools or you could also get bundles, a single key ring, and then a pair of scissors to cut out your materials to the right length. Let's get started. Alright, so the first step is going to be to cut all of the materials to length. When you do this, you need to decide which of your 2 colors are going to go side by side and which one is going to go perpendicular to them. The 2 that are side by side will be shorter, so I'm going to have my pink and purple lengths be my side by side. So I'm going to cut each length out just about the length of my forearm because we're doing like a beginner's keychain. As you get more comfortable, you can go longer and longer and create longer, larger keychains. And then for my clear lanyard, which is going to go across them, it needs to be twice as long because it goes across twice as much material. So I measure it out and then just fold in half to get twice that length. And then I'm ready to get started actually making my keychain. So to start, I need to get all of my lengths in the actual key ring. And so to do this, I'm going to thread the 2 colors that will be next to each other through. And then we're going to line them up so the key ring will fall in the middle, and then pull all the way straight, just like that, so that we have them in half. We're now going to repeat that exact same process with the clear. So now we have it set up where all of our strands are folded in half around the key ring. Next, we're going to do our starting weave. So to do this, I like to go ahead and tuck my key ring in between 2 of my fingers. We're going to pull the clear strand, which will be perpendicular, to go vertically to match lengthwise with my fingers, with the purple and pink strands perpendicular to both my fingers and that clear strand. Now we're going to start with our over, under, over, unders, etc. So we're going to pull the purples over top so that they are parallel to each other, the same with the pinks, so that we have our starting loops. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I find this easier if you have almost like a pretzel where like the closed loops kind of stick up a little. So when you thread your clear through, you want to make sure it is going through the closed loops. And by closed loop, I mean every strand has an open end, right? So this side is free. And then the closed loop is where it's coming from the bottom. So if you go through the closed loop, then it will stay trapped, as in it will not come free. So we send this through the 2 closed loops. And pull tight, and repeat with the other side. And when you do this, you'll be going over 1 strand under the closed loop, over the loose end under the closed loop, and then you'll pull tight. And when you pull tight, you do want to make sure that you're holding all of the strands evenly so that you don't get shorter lengths once it's tight. So that starting stitch is standard regardless if you're doing a rectangle or a spiral. But what makes a spiral different is that instead of just following, which you've already done, and kind of repeating those same strands, you're not going to put your new strands over top where they came from. So this pink will now go diagonally, and then the same with the other strand. Purple is going to go diagonally across, and then the same with the other purple. And when you put your clears through, as long as you follow that over under, so over a loose end, under a closed loop, you'll automatically just continue the spiral. Same in that opposite direction, making sure that it is trapping one loop and then going through a closed loop. And then when you pull tight, it will have started that spiral. And you don't have to start by doing the purple and pink loops. I just find that a little easier, but you could also do diagonal with your longer strand, your width wide strand, and then just over under with your shorter loops as well. It's going to have the same effect, and it's honestly just whichever you prefer. And you just repeat this process until the keychain is at a length that you like. Once it hits that point where it's starting to become a little difficult to make new layers because of the length of your ends, or if you're just happy with the length of your keychain, then it's going to be time to go ahead and do your last layer. So this starts out as a normal new layer. But instead of pulling this all the way tight, you're going to just only tighten slightly. And then you're going to tuck each of the strands up to do your finishing knot. So when you do that, you go over and around the same color strand next to it, and then up through that little gap in the top. And you just repeat that with every single side. And then, once all of your strands are through the top, you're going to hold on to them and start pulling tight to get your knot. Now as I do this, I like to also push down on that knot a little to try and get it to stay closer to the top of the keychain. So your big thing is that you're going to pull tight, and then you're gonna have a firm knot in place. And your keychain is done. The only last thing that you would need to do is trim off these extra loose ends at the top. And then I like to use either clear nail polish or glue to help hold the knots in place as the plastic lace forms a sort of muscle memory. So there you have it. That's how you make the rotated Lego brick or the spiral Lego brick plastic lace keychain out of plastic lace or lanyard. I hope you found this video useful and that you try it out. Thanks for watching.